All right, gentlemen, let's go to our next conversation, where the success of any administration hinges on the capacity and dedication of its cabinet members to deliver on assigned roles. In line with this, President Bola Tinubu has demanded fresh scorecards from his ministers ahead of a cabinet reshuffle. As ministers prepare their scorecards, intense lobbying has also begun from political bigwigs and ministers who seek to retain their positions. But the presidency noted that the cabinet reshuffle will be based on performance. Vicky, I'll start with you on this one. Would you say that it is time for a reshuffling based on performance of the, how many of them are 40 plus ministers in the last 1 year?
I don't know 46 or something.
That's I'll just give it a 40 plus. But is 1 year too short a time to analyze them for the performance of a minister?
No, I won't say that, because we have so many ministers. The largest cabinet in Nigerian history.
True.
And we are not feeling the impact of most of them.
Most of them?
We are feeling the impact of very few of them, very few. And some of them don't even care. They don't care at all.
Some of them don't care?
They don't care. We have so many of these ministers extremely arrogant on nothing. You can't even get them to come and talk about what they are doing.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm happy that even the presidential spokesman talked about that. That the president is not happy that the ministers are not coming out to talk about his achievements. Because when you are talking about your own achievement, you're also talking about the president's achievements. Since they are not coming out, they are just not interested. So what kind of ministers are these? There are ministers who periodically should be addressing Nigerians. This is where we are on this matter. This is the extent that we have gone. Look at the matter of the people who treated, who allegedly treated Bobrisky
okay,
like an Arab king. The Minister of Interior should be briefing us. This is how far we go. Because what usually happens in Nigeria is, after a while, everyone forgets. Nobody will talk about it again. I can tell you, even on my wall, on social media, people are saying, audio suspension. This is our fault. Because they could see that somebody in the cabinet of the president, as far back as January this year, was accused of moving money, billions of naira, into private accounts. That in itself is against extant laws. And the EFCC was called in. Has the EFCC told you how far they've gone? With the investigation? Yes. How long do they need to investigate her? How long? Do they need eternity to interrogate the woman and then put machinery in motion to make her face justice? They are the only ones who can answer these questions. If there is no desire to hide anything, you should tell Nigerians how far you've gone. You should tell Nigerians. When there is a big problem, Nigerians want to be informed. And I won't say that our standards are high. The most patient people in the world that any government can expect to have are Nigerians.
Are Nigerians, true.
If you do something for them, do something little for them, you will see Nigerians come out to sing your praises. They will be even routine things that people don't take credit for in other lands, like paying salary, like paying people's pension.
They will still thank you.
It's your work.
Exactly.
It's you worked. It's your wages, something that you deserve.
Exactly.
But in our country, it's not a given that you get paid for the work.
For the work you did.
Now, when a government pays regularly, it becomes a big achievement for which drums.
Yeah, it will be rolled red
out
carpet and
on the rooftops. You see people shouting. Those are not things that they bother about in other countries. But in Nigeria, if you do it, you will be praised. Nigerians are the best followers of leadership in the world. I challenge anyone to tell me that we are not the best. Because Nigerians don't even need to be compelled by force of law before they follow their leaders. All that those leaders need is just to give a little bit to them. Look at Wike, for example. The work that Wike has done in Abuja, people are praising him. Even people in other parties. Yeah. People are praising him.
Even those who don't like him are still saying that he's...
Yes, because they can see what he has done. It may not be your kind of person because he's too voluble. And he talks anyhow. But people will give him credit for the job that he has done. I will be the last to say that he has not done well. The last time Wike and I spoke was when I went for that first media chat. Okay. Since that day, no communication. I don't need him to talk to me. I don't talk to his aides. But I'll give him credit where I need to. Where he's wrong, I will say, you are wrong. There's nothing you can tell me. Nothing if you tell me. Like there's one boy on TikTok, money. The first thing he will tell, nothing if you tell me. So nothing if you tell me, Wike, if you do something wrong, I will still come and talk about it.
But back to the conversation. 1 year is not enough to... 1 year is enough to say, let's reshuffle.
1 year is enough because some people, the way in this cabinet, there are some people, if you keep them for 10 years, they will still not make impact.
Make any impact.
They will still not make impact.
All right, Adeola, what should we expect, in your opinion? Should we be expecting a reshuffling of the ministers or a replacement of some of them that you see as, according to the president, non-performing?
The important thing to note is that the president of a country cannot do everything. The sources of any administration depends on the president, but more
on the ministers.
If the ministers perform very well, you may not notice the inadequacies of the president.
Yes.
But once the ministers are not performing, even if the president has very good ambition, they need hope. If those ministers are not there to implement and explain to people, communicate to people, there's not going to be any result. And you see, we don't need to deceive ourselves. As I'm sitting here, I can only name about 15 ministers, write down their names, or less than that. Ask every Nigerian. Some cannot even name more than 3 or 4.
So on the top of your head, do you have ministers?
If the ministers are performing, Nigerians will know them. They will know them on social media everywhere. So the fact of the matter is that some of these people got... Some of these people got there maybe through Godfather, not because of competence, maybe because of political affiliation. So they don't have respect for Nigerians. They just think, that brought me, I'm loyal to. When you write them, even send me, no reply.
No reply.
So they are contemptuous of Nigerians. And whereas we are supposed to be the #1 priority than Nigeria because they are the one paying their salary. So they don't have respect for us at all. So I think 1 year, 365 days is enough.
It's enough.
In fact, 6 months is enough for a good minister. Yes. Most of these people are just political ambition.
Just there answering that.
So I think, like you mentioned, Wike, I've never met him before in my life. But I travel to Abuja often. When I get to Abuja, I ask questions from taxi drivers. In a day, I might take about 3 cabs. Oh, it's fantastic. They will complain about government.
Exactly.
But, no, Wike, no, that man...
The same thing with the...
Umahi.
Okay, the Minister of God.
I mean, he had, a town hall meeting in Lagos here. People were invited, a lot of people. He was explaining government policies, talking to them.
What the ministers should be doing.
What are the other ministers doing? You can't even explain your... do you know that a lot of things are going on? Nigerians are not aware. They are not aware. It's not enough for you to just issue a press statement.
Exactly.
And then you think Nigerians you have told them. Engagement, constructive engagement with social and cultural forces all over the country. There are a lot of organized movements. Engage them. Talk to them. Our ministers are not doing that.
But these ministries, they have media teams. No, that should.
What they do is that they just issue a statement, then it will be online and all that. You have to engage with Nigerians. Look at what Umahi did now. He brought in associations, timber merchants, this, that, to explain. And he was doing that all along the coastal states. What are these our ministers doing? You can't even remember that there's a minister in many of them. So I think I expect both to happen.
Okay.
Reshuffling and replacement. And I think this time the president needs to be very careful. He needs to do a lot of background checks. He needs people that have passion.
Okay.
People that have vision. People that understand what governance means.
Have capacity.
People have capacity.
So
who are tested.
Going back to the recruitment process of
the president himself must be on top, not that somebody has recommended this person. Many of them are a big disappointment to Nigerians and even to the president himself.
Monstrous disappointment.
Mikhail, let's talk about the recruitment process. You know, most of the time we say, okay, this person is going to be a minister, they take them to the Senate. And sometimes we even hear bow and go.
I know, if, for example, you used to be in the Senate.
Okay.
You used to be in the Senate or House of Reps. If they appoint you, they will give you that honor. They won't screen you. They just let you go.
But how should?
But we've seen people who are in the Senate who have also shown gross incompetence.
Gross incompetence?
Yes. So this president, I knew from the word go that he would demand the best of his ministers.
Okay.
This is what I expected. And we said it on this program that this president must not be like the president before him that didn't appear to have set any KPI for his ministers. And we challenged the president, we said you must set a KPI for each and every one of your ministers. Then the president came up with the idea of mandating the former MD of Nigerian Port Authority, Hadiza Bala Usman.
Okay.
You know, Hadiza Bala Usman is the SA policy coordination. Okay. So Hadiza's job is to rate all of these ministers. Okay. I'm telling you, and God is my judge, there are ministers who do not even know what their ministers
anything about their ministry.
They don't know what their duty is. Is that bad? They don't even know what their responsibilities are. And we just put them there. No, it's time to do the right thing. Get such ministers out of the system.
Okay.
Get them out of the system. Those who are reluctant to even speak about the president, about what he has done. There are some of them, for political reasons, they are even ashamed to say that this president has done this in my ministry.
All right,
get them out of the system. You will find better people. It's as simple as that.
All right, BK, right about now we have Alwan Hassan, the public affairs commentator. He will be joining us on the phone. Alwan Hassan, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes,
good afternoon, my friend.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes, so
so Babajide, you are right. You see, we want something different. We want a change in this council. There are a lot of ministers that we do not know, Babajide. Not that they have not realized their offices, but we do not know them. Who is the minister from Enugu? Who is the minister from Abia? We can ask these questions. Who are these people? Nobody knows them. Yeah. Who is the minister from, for example, from Taraba? Who is the minister from Yobe, former governor of Yobe State? What is he doing in police affairs? What are these people doing? You can't just give people appointments, keep them in the Federal Executive Council, and none of them is adding any value. None of them is adding any value. Why are we keeping these people? And we don't have time. What I want to make the president understand is we don't have time. We don't have the whole of the lifetime to manage Nigeria. He has only 4 years. And out of that 4 years, he's already close to taking on 2 years. We are at the 15th or 16th month. But by next year, around this time, if nothing is done about this formation or setup of a government, we're going to face a lot of trouble. All right. Because, of course, about 30 of them are not doing anything. Yeah. Okay.
So
30 ministers.
So
you can count.
What do you expect now? A reshuffling or a combination of reshuffling and sacking?
Let me tell you, sack. We cannot reshuffle incompetence. Where are you taking them to? You want to carry somebody from, for example, science and technology that is incompetent and take him to education? You're reshuffling incompetence. Every of our ministries are important. If the minister is not performing, let him go. We cannot manage mediocres. Mediocrity is not supposed to be in the system. Babajide, sack them and appoint. If you try them for another 3-6 months, Hadiza Bala Usman is a fantastic lady. She's done this, I think, in the last 3 months, and she's given the president the results of the KPI. So, but then maybe he's taking his time, maybe for replacement. Maybe he doesn't want to announce sacking. He wants to announce sacking with replacement. So, but these are the things. We don't have time. Mr. President needs to know that action needs to be taken. The government is slow. In fact, it's static. Nothing is happening. Apart from the statements that will come out of his office, no ministry. These guys are not inspiring hope, Babajide. They don't inspire hope. Your ministers are your ambassadors, as they are supposed to be inspiring hope. They don't. We don't even know them. You and I cannot mention more than 10 ministers in this country, and we have 48 of them or 47 of them.
No,
I'm getting tired of this, Babajide. I'm getting tired of this.
Honestly, you are not the only one, because we expect progress. We expect movement in many areas that we are not seeing. How can the Naira slide to the level that it is now?
Babajide, we thought of this president to be different from Buhari.
Yes.
Buhari took us this slow. He took us this slow-mo, but we thought Ashwaju would be swift and faster. So, but then it's as if we're back at it again. It's crazy, Babajide. It's crazy. We don't have time.
Hassan, how does the president find the right people? Because it's politicians and people who are close to the president who nominate people.
And sacking. Babajide is by appointing and sacking. Anybody can nominate anybody. If you appoint them today, give them 3 months. If they don't perform, you sack and replace. Capacity is not by CV. They might bring the president a fantastic CV. Capacity is not in the CV. Capacity is by testing. If you test them and see that they don't perform in the first quarter or second quarter, sack them. Before you know it, we'll get to the best. This was exactly what he did in Lagos. He was sacking people. He even changed his deputy governors like twice. So you sack and appoint somebody in that position. And once that person refused to perform, or he found out that he's also incompetent, somebody else. We must get it right.
Alua, why is it that some ministers, especially from northern Nigeria, are reluctant to even talk about what the president is doing? Why are they reluctant to do interviews, to talk about the progress that is being done? Is it politics that they are playing or what?
Yes, most of them, let me tell you, Babajide, most of them, and I'm telling you this authoritatively, I know a lot of ministers that will not vote for us in 2027. Federal cabinet ministers that will campaign against us if we are not careful. What happened with Jonathan in 2015 will happen to us in 2027. Ministers and parastatals agencies, heads of parastatals and agencies will vote and campaign against us.
Yeah.
So should they still keep such people?
Not anything in their ministry, Babajide, how do you expect them to go on air to the people? They are even afraid. Why? Because the people ask them, what have you done to us? And they've not done anything.
Yeah.
In 15, 16 months, nothing has happened. And the president is still keeping them, Babajide. We don't blame them for not doing anything because, of course, if you're not competent, we don't expect you to do anything. But then the president should sack them.
All right, thank you, Alwan Hassan.
We don't even have the resources, Babajide, to manage such a federal executive council. Huge, humongous numbers. We don't even have the resources, and we don't have the time to train people on the job.
All right, thank you.
That we are going to train ministers on the job.
All right, thank you, Alwan Hassan. Alwan Hassan is the convener of North-South
Progressive
Progressive Alliance. Thank you so much.